Hi everyone, today I'm going to present grammar about special problem areas. I hope you guys will enjoy my video.
12.1 and N1. And N are coordinates of 1, so their meaning is based on the original word. However, they have different nuances in usage. And N is for use in general meaning. One distinction between and 1 is that is a bit vaguer. If I say, for example, there is a spoon in the drawer, you can say that I was wrong. If you find 2 spoons in a drawer, it is because is vaguer. Meanwhile, 1 is used in situation of specificity or particularity. From a logical point of view, we can take to mean at least 1, but 1 can mean exactly 1. 12.2 Affect and effect. First, affect is a verb almost always used to mean to act on someone or something and cause a change. For example, your weight is affected by your diet, which means your diet has an effect on your weight. The second is effect. Effect is almost always used as a noun to mean a change that results when something is done or happens. For example, the manager had the power to effect change within the company. In the other words, when you affect something, you cause an effect. 12.3 Although and even though. Though and although are two words that are often confused with each other. The reason they are conjunctions that have been used interchangeably for quite a long time. However, their meaning still same which despite of facts. For example of although England is famous for tea, many people love coffee. It shows that England and coffee show contrast. Normally, England is associated with tea. Even though is stronger than although, we use it to emphasize a greater contrast. For example, even though I'm Italian, I don't like pasta. That is a big contrast for an Italian. 12.4 Between and among. Is it often told that between is used for 2 items and among for 3 or more? But this is not completely accurate. The more accurate difference is this. Between is used when naming distinct, individual items can be 2, 3 or more. Among is used when the items are part of a group or are not specifically named. The phrase must be 3 or more. For example, the negotiations between Brazil, Argentina and Chile are going well. The negotiations among the countries of South America are going well. 12.5 Or different meaning. Or used to connect different possibilities. For example, is it Tuesday or Wednesday today? Or also used after a negative verb to mean not one thing and also not another. For example, the child never smiles or laughs. Or means if not. For example, you should eat more or you'll make yourself ill. And the last one, or used to show that a word or phrase means the same as or explains, limit or corrects another words of phrase. For example, Roslyn or Rose to her friends took the initiative. 12.6 At and in. The first at describes position at a specific point. For example, it's very cold at the bottom of the ocean. At is also used with a larger place such as a store, bank, airport and the other hands. For example, let's meet at the bank. At is used before names of group activity at a party, at a meeting, or at a play and at a parade. In refers to position within large areas or in spaces that surround something on all sides. For example, my keys are in my bag. He is not in his office. Last one is the car is in the garage.
That's all from me. I hope that what have I been presented will increase your knowledge in grammar, especially in spatial problem areas. See you soon. Stay safe, stay home.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Norila Sharifah binti Suliman and my metric number is 9190699. Today I'll be talking about grammar, which is about special problem areas. 12.7 Because and because of. Because of and because are both used to introduce reasons. Because of is a preposition, so it is generally followed by a verb plus ing, which is known as a continuous tense or a noun, while because is a conjunction, so it is followed by a subject and a verb. Here is an example of because. It sounds like this. Because Maria was feeling sick, she didn't go to the supermarket. In this sentence, we have Maria as the subject and was feeling as the verb. So, due to the existence of subject and the verb, this sentence has to use the word because. Well, here are the examples of because of. The first sentence. Because of her sickness, Maria didn't go to the supermarket. In this sentence, we have her sickness as a noun, while the other sentence, because of feeling sick, Maria didn't go to the supermarket. So in this sentence, we have feeling sick as a verb plus ing, which is a continuous tense. Hence, due to the existence either a noun or a verb plus ing, so this sentence has to use because of. 12.8 Bring, take, and fetch. Bring means moving something or someone. The movement is either from where the listener is to where the speaker is, or from the speaker to the listener. Here is the example of using the word bring. The speaker is seeing things from A's viewpoint, where things will move to the place where A is. This is the example of the dialogue. A. Can you bring me my gray sweater? It's on the bed. B. Yeah. So in this case, B will return with the sweater to the place where A is. Next, take. Take means movement with something or someone from where the speaker or listener is to a different place. For example, in this situation, which is the assistant at a central faculty office speaking to a student. You have to fill in this form and then take it to the English department to get it stamped, where in this sentence, he used the word take, which means movement with something to a different place. Now, I'll be talking about the comparison between the word bring or take. For the first sentence is for the word take, which for the example is, she visits her father every morning and she always takes him the day's newspaper. In this sentence is seen from the viewpoint of the doer, which is she. That's why this sentence uses the word take. Next sentence, she visits her father every morning and she always brings him the day's newspaper. While this sentence seen from the viewpoint of the receiver, which is him. So, in this sentence, use the word bring because of the viewpoint from him. Besides, fetch. Fetch means to go to another place to get something or someone and return with the thing or the person. We use it for the people and things that are not here but that we need or are due to be here. For examples, the first sentence is, if you are going to the garage, can you fetch the green bag with the paint brushes in it? Next, right, it's 5 o'clock. I better go and fetch my mother from the station. 12.9. Either and neither. Either. If we want to talk about two different things, we can use either plus noun plus or plus noun. We don't need to use of in this case. For example, either coffee or tea is fine. Or we could use some either blue paint or red paint. Either here means only one will be chosen between these two options. Neither. We use neither plus a singular noun to mean not this one and also not that one, which means here both are not preferred when we are talking about two things of the same kind. For example, neither drink is fine. John hates both of them. Or, neither restaurant is good. Let's go somewhere else. 12.10. Enough. First, enough comes after adjectives and adverbs. For example, I'm not tall enough to reach the top shelf, which the enough comes after the word tall, which tall is known as adjective. Second, enough comes after verbs. For example, I make sure I drink enough during the day. In this sentence, enough comes after the verb drink. Drink is known as the verb. Third, enough comes before nouns. For example, there isn't enough bread to make sandwiches. In this sentence, enough is before nouns, where the noun is known as the word bread. Fourth, when enough is used with an adjective and a noun, two positions are possible but the meaning changes. For example, we haven't got big enough envelopes, which enough is between of the word big and envelopes, with which big is known as adjective and envelopes known as noun. 12.11. Feel, fell, and felt. Feel is the verb in present tense, which for example, I feel like wanting to eat. While fell is the past simple of the verb fall. For example, the snow fell all day in big white flakes. Meanwhile, felt is the past simple of the verb feel. For example, I felt really sad that they had lost all their money. These three examples show the difference between the word feel, fell, and felt. 12.12. Few and little. Little refers to non-countable nouns such as water, hair, wind, and is used with the singular form to indicate that some things exist only in a small amount or to a slight degree. While few means refers to countable nouns such as table, chair, fan, and is used with the plural form to indicate not many persons or things. For example, for the word little, I've got little money left in my account. While for the word few, Ben has few friends in London. The highlight of this topic is little for the non-countable nouns, while few for the countable nouns. Alright, that's all. Thank you.